Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. Hello again. It's me. Are you sick of me yet? It's still the 30th of November, and this is my second video, although it's going to be a smaller one. I didn't want to attach this to my previous video because I think this is a whole different entity, and it's only going to be short. But I wanted to raise a concern that I have with you guys that I'm not worried about at all, because it was years ago. But I would like to ask your opinion on something. I've asked this on Twitter, and I would also like to share it with you guys. So, cast your mind back many, many years ago. There was a very nasty YouTube account and Twitter account called the Sussex Squad Podcast. Now, they've instantly been demonetized and they no longer post, I don't think, or they got kicked off. They got kicked off Twitter as well because they were so hateful, and a lot of their hate was directed at YouTubers and at people on Twitter. Now, obviously, I've been talking a lot about Omid Scobie Endgame because it is, at the moment, in the media and it relates to the royal family, and I think it's important to shine a light on the hypocrisy and the lies and what's been said about it. But I can't stay silent on this particular one because when I read it, it sent chills down my spine, because when I read this passage, I thought, that sounds really familiar, and it's not 100% accurate, but is that about me? Yes. When I read a passage from Omid Scobie's book, I thought, is he talking about me? Now, granted, I have never really touched on this topic on my YouTube channel. I know others have, and it's with regards to the theories surrounding Meghan Markle's pregnancies. I've never really alluded to the way that I feel because I don't think it's my place. However, I have my theories, and I don't want to be demonetized, basically, and that's why I don't talk about it. DM me in private if you want, I'll talk about it, but I don't particularly want to put my thoughts on that because so many other YouTube channels have been hit. I don't particularly want to do that myself because I know it could land me in major trouble. However, this is what has been said in Omid Scobie's book, and it was with regards to the security of Meghan when she was expecting Archie. It says Meghan was just 2 months away from giving birth to Archie, the first multicultural child in the family. One British-based YouTube account, a channel dedicated to conspiracy theories about Meghan faking her pregnancy, among other wild tales, had even encouraged followers to try and pop the Duchess's moon bump at the future public appearance. She's living in fear, not just for herself, but for the baby. You can't expect anyone to live like that, one of the couple's most senior staff told me at the time. Now, I popped that passage on Twitter, or X, whatever it's called now, and I said, does anybody know who he's referring to? Knowing very well that I think I knew who it would be, although I've never said anything utterly remotely like that, and I never would, because that's just not my channel. I don't do that. But in the back of my mind, there was a spark going, this rings a bell, this rings a bell, this rings a bell. And firstly I thought, well, Wally used to say that she wanted to throw rotten tomatoes at them, didn't she? And that was, in a quaint Welsh way that she did, and it was funny, and that kind of relates back to the olden times when people used to be put in the stocks and used to throw you rotten vegetables at them. That's all it was referring to. And the general consensus is that no, Wally didn't say anything like that, and I don't think she did. I can't remember anything other being said like that, although Meghan's mole did come back to me and say that that was a story put out by Boozy about Yankee Wally. He claimed Yankee Wally said that, but she never did such a thing. I can't remember that, to be perfectly honest, but Meghan Markle has a really good memory for these sort of things. So, yeah. But it did worry me because a long time ago, this tweet got put up. Now, I've had to retract some bits because it won't get through YouTube guidelines. Anyway, this is what the Sussex Squad podcast said about me many, many years ago. And I've never publicly said this. I've never really said anything about this because it floored me to be completely honest, and you can probably tell in my voice that it still floors me to think that anybody could think that I would do this. It's disgusting and it's damaging and it's horrid. Anyway, this is what they said about me. This picture, February of 2019, when Murky Meg sent her trolls a woman in a scarf over her face to try and Meghan Markle's stomach in New York City to confirm if she was really pregnant or wearing a moon bump. Yep, I was accused of that. Didn't do anything at the time, and everybody that I spoke to privately said I should. I can't. The defamation laws in the UK are so much different to America. It's so much different. You literally need millions of pounds to go for defamation, as Wagatha Christie has just proven. It is so hard to bring a defamation case in the UK. It floored me then, and it still floors me now, because I remember how it made me feel at the time. And you could probably tell in my voice that it ain't right. I would never ever say such a thing. It is deplorable to say, to be accused of that. But yeah, these people that say I don't face hate, believe me, I have no idea. So my conclusion is it's either Yankee Wally he's talking about, or me. Because I don't think, according to Taz, has ever said anything like that. And I haven't said anything like that. I know Wally hasn't said anything like that, but as Meghan Markle said, that Boozy claimed that Yankee had said this, but no evidence was ever proven that she said it. I don't think, anyway. But I would like to ask your opinion. Do you think it's right that that's put in a book like that? There is no evidence of this whatsoever, of his claims. But it's such a flippant comment that was in a book about a British YouTuber. I don't think that's fair at all. Interesting, though, that he brings up the moon bump. I don't think any other journalist has ever said anything about that. Obviously, nobody's shocked that the Sussex Squad podcast would have said that, because that's the sort of thing that they just flippantly said anyway. I think they did taunt me at the time, tell me to go on sewers. And, you know, it's just not worth my time. It was just best to just drop it, because although I'm a YouTuber, I don't have that amount of money. Come on. Suing somebody for defamation in the UK that's in a completely different country costs a lot of money here in the UK. So I just left it. But yeah, who do you think he's talking about? And do you think it's fair that he put that in the book? Because personally, I find that quite a damaging statement to actually make, let alone put in a book without any proof. But again, when does Scobie ever provide proof? Let's face it. I don't think he's talking about me. I think he's actually talking about Yankee Wally and that terrible rumour that Boozy made up. But with that post from the Sussex Squad, it just got me thinking, you know, when your brain just fizzes and won't stop jittering. And I'd just like a little bit of clarification. So I'd like to know what you guys all think about that. As always, let me know. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.